Hey kids, it's Mrs. Compton, and today we're going to look at quadrilaterals. Quad means four. If you've ever ridden a quad in the desert or in the beach, you know that it has four wheels. So quad always means four. So let's look at some quadrilaterals in real life. Remember these things we used to sit at when we used to go to school? Don't you miss it now? Here, this is a quadrilateral. It has four sides and four angles. And then each face of this eraser is a quadrilateral. And you can see a kite. This is the shape of a kite. Has four sides and four angles. And then I loved this one because art is everywhere and you can actually make art out of quadrilaterals. So I thought that was kind of fun. All right, we're going to be on page 523 of your workbook, and we're going to work on describing quadrilaterals. So if you want to do this in your workbook with me, you can, or we can just talk about it. Either way is fine. So check this out. I know you know this is a square and this is a rectangle, and this is you guessed it, trapezoid. And guess what this is? This is a rhombus. A rhombus is interesting. We'll learn more about that in a few minutes. Quadrilaterals have how many sides and how many angles? All right, I want you to look at each of these shapes, and I want you to notice how many sides and how many angles each of these have. So did you notice there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4 angles? Hence, quad means four. So these are called quadrilaterals. Here's a trapezoid. Notice what is going on here with the trapezoid. We know it's a red trapezoid. But then we can see that there are some sides on this trapezoid that are parallel. Do you remember what that word means? Parallel means that these sides, for example, go on forever and ever in the same direction, and they will never, ever intersect or touch. Now, if I did the same thing with the other sides, let's check this out for a second. Get rid of that. They would eventually intersect or touch. See, if I keep going and I extend, oops, actually, I want to get that just right. So I'm going to show you like that. Ooh, there we go. That's just right. See how they intersect right here? So that means that these lines are not parallel. So a trapezoid is special because there are two sides with parallel lines. So exactly how many pairs of opposite sides that are parallel? Well, that would be just one. And we know it's one because these guys intersect or would intersect. All right, check this out. Why do we have a square with the rectangle? This is weird, you guys. My mom thought this was funny because she didn't know this. Okay, so a square is actually also a rectangle, which is kind of funny because it falls under that definition of a rectangle, but we never really think about it like that. So here we have a square and a rectangle in this picture. So it says blank pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. All right, so let's check this out. We're going to look at opposite sides. So if I'm looking at an opposite side, this side is opposite this side. So there's one pair of opposite sides. And then, there's another pair. So you probably guessed there are two pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. Same for the rectangle. So we can check the box for the square and the rectangle for this. Okay, now let's check out the next one. Blank pairs of sides that are of equal length. All right. Let's see. I'm going to get rid of these lines here. Whoop. Undo. Never mind. I'm going to leave the lines. Blank pairs of sides that are of equal length. All right, let's check it out. What do you think this one might be? If you guessed 2, then you were right. Okay, so this side is equal to this side in length, and this side is equal to this side in length. All right, and then let's count them out. How many right angles are there? That's a right angle. It makes a perfect square. That's a right angle. It makes a perfect square. That's a right angle. It makes a perfect square. And that's a right angle. It makes a perfect square. I could do the same thing over here in the square. So it's got to be 4. All right. Wait a minute. Why is it that a square is by itself here and a rectangle has a square and a rectangle? It's kind of weird. Let's check it out. What makes a square a square? This is getting deep, you guys. All right. So how many pairs of opposite sides are parallel? Let's see. That side would be parallel to that side. And this side would be parallel to this side. Now, why didn't we write 2 instead of 4? Well, we wrote 2 instead of 4 because there's this word right here that makes us write 2 instead of 4. Pairs. All right, so this and this line and this line are a pair, and these two are a pair, right? So we have 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. All right, let's check out the next one. Blank pairs of sides that are of equal length. Okay, well, how many pairs of sides are equal in length if it's a square? Aha, this is the thing that makes it different. It has to have 4 sides that are equal in length. So that's what makes it different than a rectangle. But it also qualifies as a rectangle. Okay, and then you guessed it. There are still 4 right angles. All right, so that's a square for you. And my mom has learned big lessons here because she didn't know a square could be a rectangle, but a square is just a square. Okay, we've got a rhombus. Oh my gosh, we have a square again. A square is a lot of things, you guys. So here we are. We have a rhombus, and it says blank sides of opposite sides that are parallel. All right, so let's see. Check it out. Look for those parallel sides. Let's look at this purple rhombus right here. So we have this side parallel to this side, and this side parallel to this side. All right, they're never going to intersect, so that means they're parallel. So let's see the answer. 2 sides of opposite sides that are parallel. All right, let's check out this last one. Blank sides that are of equal length. Okay. I think I'm going to get rid of these lines, and I'm going to try a different way this time. Did it. Okay. So blank sides that are of equal length. All right. Well, last time when we were on the square screen, let's check it out. We knew that 4 pairs of sides that are of equal length was a descriptor for square. So that must be the same thing for rhombus. All right, so let me go back for just one page. There we go. There we go. All right, so we have 2 sides of opposite sides that are parallel and 4 sides that are of equal length. Now, that's kind of important because sometimes you're going to see this and you're going to think, oh, okay, that might be a parallelogram. Well, you would be right, but we have to know that a rhombus, this is a rhombus, has 4 sides of equal length. So if we were to measure, this side would be the same measurement as this side, and this side would be the same measurement as this side, and so on. Now, it's kind of like a square if you just press it down like a pancake and flatten it out a little bit. It just kind of moves a little, huh? All right, you guys, I think it's time for you to do the rest of your work by yourself. So check out page 523 if you weren't already there with me, and I'll check in with you guys soon. See you later next time. Bye.